like in your area. And I mean, let's know how you do it, because there's some areas that they get this Hausa boys or this they have this truck where they come and pack the refuse dump. Do you take out time
to call them Babambola?
No, I don't think that's Babambola.
That's how they call them. Meshara, yes.
Meshara is sweeping in Hausa. They're not. So these guys, how did you know that, Rachel? You speak outside. Anyways,
no, I use them too in my area because I live in a place where you don't see those trucks from the environmental.
So how do you guys dispose your waste?
So now that's what I don't know, where those guys go to dispose.
See, that's the problem, guys. That's the problem. When you guys hire this Meshara that you see on the road, do you find out where they dispose this waste?
That is not fair.
Because it is very possible that the people who complain that, you know, we've packed the waste,
they wake up in the morning
today, and they see it there. It's possible that
those guys are
I have paid the money for my for the trash truck to come and pick up my trash, you know, but somebody else has paid an illegal source, which is the Meshara guys, to pack my death. And they come and put it where someone who has paid money to the truck to pack the death. So you see that it's more like recycling that.
Yeah.
So you as a person, it's your responsibility to say, where do you guys trash these things? Because I know they don't have an incinerator. They obviously do not have an incinerator. The guys with the truck, while it's different for them because they have a more organized way, and I'm guessing a healthier way to dispose of this waste, that it will not come back and affect.
So why are you making me feel guilty right now?
You should feel guilty, Rachel. You know, at some point I also at some point, you know, sometimes the trucks they might take time to come, and you're not just comfortable with how piled up the whole place is. You do not look for those guys. They pack the desk, even though they can be extremely.
Anyways, talking about that, Martha, you know, in Abuja, it's not all areas and residential areas that have this convenience road where those trucks
can pass through
and carry the debt. So a lot of persons and people in FCT are using this Meshara guys. So following up to know where and how they dispose that waste is what I don't know. And you are making me feel guilty right now.
Yes, and every single one of you who use them without finding out where they go to dispose that debt, you guys should feel guilty right now. But anyways, it's your responsibility to know these things. It is your responsibility, because if I say I'm looking out for my environment, but remember during one of the health shows here, we did talk about environmental pollution, and only the truck if a trash truck passes somewhere now, after 30 minutes, you would know that a trash truck passed through that area.
Because of those dirt, water, whatever.
Okay, so the
stench of that, the smell.
So the stench is there for a very long time, maybe at the end of the day, and it's not comfortable. It's not okay.
You talked about how the truck goes about leaving it open and all of that. Talking about that, right? Growing up those days in my city where I come from, United Calabar, Cross River. So we don't see those trucks going about parking refuse bin during the day. They do that at night.
Exactly my
point. They do that at night. Growing up, to be frank, that's what I see in Cross River State. So you wake up sometimes in the midnight.
Very early in the morning.
You see there are trucks going about as from 4 a.m. Their trucks are going about. So when we're going to school in the morning at that 7 o'clock, the only thing that is going to be a sign for you to know that the refuse truck had passed is that dirty stench on the floor or on the road that smells. So I think if FCT Environmental Protection Board can, adopt to that style, it will go a long way.
I think it's been a long time we had people right here in the studio to address these issues, like in person. So we'll try to work on having them here to address this particular issue.
Because it's also not healthy.
It's not healthy. Even if you watch all of those American movies, it's always a thing for you to run after the trash truck, because if it passes already, and it's always out in the morning before people get about.
But it used to be like that those days too.
You get that, but no. A trash truck is on the road.
You just know that the truck is going to come by 7 a.m. or 7. So
as early as 7.
You're on the run. Your trash on your hands.
You even set alarm so that the truck will not pass you by.
Oh my God! I wish we can bring back those days, Martha.
It honestly will make a lot of sense, because you see that thing that smells today. It's stuck in my head like it was on the road.
It smells. No wonder
I perceived it, so it's literally stuck in my head.
No wonder
I don't think
it on air.
It's not comfortable.
No, but the best way, right, to curtail that is if the Environmental Protection Board, who are in charge of going about packing those waste, right, can just create that time to be the early morning or late night. They just that is what they would do. So they'll dispose the trucks to various areas. Go to Garimpa, go to Gariki, go to Area 11, Asokoro, Maitama. So you know that's okay. At
this
5
time
a.m.
they will be
this
in my
is
area.
where you're going. So either you're parking the ones on the areas where they already have their own trash cans by the road, because there are some areas that already have their
they just
trash.
have it by the road, so you just pick it up,
so it's filled up, so you can turn it that way. Then maybe others can come and all of that. But when you're struggling to go to work and the truck is by the roadside beside you,
come on.
Man,
it's not a good deal
at all.
But right, guys, so this is the conversation for today. Let us know what the waste disposal in your area is like. The numbers to call, of course, are 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. You can also leave us a message on WhatsApp letting us know what your waste disposal or what the waste disposal in your area is like on 090-9705-4450. Don't worry, if you're using Mishara, just come and tell me. I will not judge you. I won't. I think at some point I've used them too. But I mean, it's your responsibility. It's our responsibility to know where, in some communities, what they do is they dig a hole, like a very big hole, in some communities, because they all come there, they dispose the waste there. Now Saturday is the official time. This is a rural community now. One of these communities I had visited over time. They have a very big they dug a very big hole, and they all dispose their waste there. Every Saturday they come together and they burn it. It's more like a bonding activity for the people of that community. They come together, they dispose of that waste, they burn everything, and then it's next Saturday again where everyone will come together, dispose of their waste again, and then it makes a lot of sense.
On the fixed day,
this is a
grade, they all come together. And
this is a rural community with such level of organization, let alone the Federal Capital Territory. I think we really need to do better. Now, if you're in the likes of the Suleja, Dede, Maraba, Karo, and all those places, and you think this does not concern you, it also concerns you. Don't say you're not in the FCT.
But it's definitely affecting your health.
It does
in
affect
one way or the
other.
It does. So if you're this kind of person that you're constantly not feeling well, it's possible that you had perceived something or inhaled something that is not healthy for you at all in your system. So it will definitely react, but you won't know. But Nigerians, that every reaction we get is treat malaria. Anything that happened is I'm not treating malaria. You wouldn't even know that it's something that you had perceived that is causing that discomfort in your system. So talking about that, FCT need to do more, because there are some areas, as I speak to you now, go to Area 3 Junction, you will definitely see a refuse bin, packed alongside the road.
And let me tell us that clean air is a secret weapon for tackling climate crisis, saving lives, fostering inclusive societies, and improving childhood development when we inhale clean air. From contaminating our environment to damaging our health, poor air quality is a major global challenge. So this is not about just the FCT. No one is immune to the negative effect of air pollution,
even in your house.
But for people, some people might think that this doesn't affect them. The body doesn't affect their life. But clean air is everyone's business. It's not just about me. It's not just about Rachel. It's about every single person. So clean air is everyone's business, and air pollution is preventable. And these are the things we're talking about here. Preventable by disposing your refuse properly,
the right way,
working together to transform your approach of environmental sanitation and everything. Remember this community, they all came together, they agreed. So clean air is everyone's business. Now let's just talk about some of the effects of air pollution to some people. Air pollution is bad for your health.
Of course
it is. And even though you cannot see it, the air you are breathing is probably polluted.
Because there are some persons who naturally have phobia for that. Once they just perceive or inhale such toxic air immediately,
yes,
it will react
affect
in their system. Like me, I'll begin to have stomach upset and all of that.
It's headache.
Yes,
well, once I smell something bad, I have.
Okay, for you.
Yes,
so the stomach upset.
Some reports say about 9 out of 10 of us breathe air that is damaging to our health, ranging from where we walk, that's carbon emissions now, people that inhale lots and lots of chemicals and all of those things. Now, invisible particles penetrate every cell and organ in our bodies, and it causes chronic diseases as well. So in case we are thinking it's none of our business, it is possible. You have not seen where bad air gives you heart attack.
Of course it happens.
So outdoor air pollution causes early deaths. This is according to very verified reports. World Health Organization have verified this on air pollution. So air pollution is very poor, and death is very detrimental to our childhood. Yes, so children from all generations and all walks of life, we deserve to breathe air that is free from toxic pollution. I am a child, I deserve to breathe clean air, but you see, that truck made me breathe something that is terrible this morning. I'm a child and I deserve to breathe in clean air. Now if you expose children to things like this, you deprive them of growing in a clean and healthy environment.
Absolutely.
So it is important to dispose our waste rightly. It is important to know where this waste is being disposed, because now when there is a truck, I don't need to think about where the waste is being disposed, because I know it's an organized system. You know, but if I have to resort to other means, then I have to follow up to know where this is being disposed.
So right about now, you're saying I should follow up with the Mishara.
See,
I'll know where they go.
It sounds very unrealistic. You don't have to go there with them. You can ask them, where do you guys dispose this dirt? You know, is this the right thing?
I think I did that once, and one of them, he was charging a huge amount to carry just a small refuse can. So I asked him, and he said, "Madam, that where they are taking this stuff is very far. So that's why they."
And guess what? They will dump it on another refuse that is already gathering. You know, so that's why you see a certain area, there's only trash in that area. People stand there. There are bus stops close to these places. People stand there. People inhale this thing.
There's nothing you can do about it, because even if you pack it, the next day those guys will still come and dump it there.
So yes, it's an important conversation, guys. Let us know how you dispose your waste. But right after the break, we would love to hear from you.
Yes.
What your waste disposal in your area is.
And please bring it on, because on this segment, Martha is a judge.
No, I'm not judging you guys. I'm not judging you guys. I'm just letting us know the hazard that causes. You know, when you have been exposed to something, there's a particular market I used to pass through in Gwarimpa. That market, they oh my God, is a lot of debt. A lot of it's a very popular market in Gwarimpa. People are seated beside there selling things, and people buy those things that are being sold right at that refuse dump.
Even if it's edible,
Nigerians don't really care about these things. A lot of us are very careless about things like this. And that's why we come out here to have this conversation, so that we are fully aware of what we're doing to ourselves.
Absolutely.
This dirt will have mosquitoes and flies and all of those insects perching, and then come back to what you are buying, perch, and you buy. And the worst part of it is some of us buy it and don't wash it. We eat it like that. So you see what you're doing to yourself. It's the Abuja Now segment of the show, guys, and we're talking about environmental waste disposal. So how do you dispose your waste in your environment? And the trash trucks as well, what can you do better to ensure that we are not on the road at the same time with the trash trucks? You're going to work struggling for the road, trash trucks are also there struggling for the road. Not everyone have ACs, you know, that they'd wind up and not feel the impact of those. You know, some guys, they don't put on AC, they sit. So you see,
the fuel is expensive.
So you see,
AC.
Either ways, we need to deal with one. It's either they are able to put on their AC whenever you ask them, or we deal with the trash trucks and how they dispose and how they move before they dispose of this waste. Keep it locked in with us. It's Martha and Holy Ray. We'll be right back.
Cleaning.
It's in Lagos. I've seen something like that. I don't think I've seen it here in Abuja. Like there's a particular day in Lagos that everyone knows that is the sanitation's day. Shops are not opened until half day, midday. You know, the shops are not open. It's just people taking our time to sanitize their environment, actually doing that of that community. So it is important. Maybe we should try to introduce something like that in the FCT. But yes, of course, what we're putting out there so that from your end, from your stead, what it is that you can do, whatever it is that you can do to ensure that we have a cleaner environment, a healthier environment, and we are not inhaling toxins that are very toxic to our body or that are very harmful to our system. So yes, it is important to look out for your environment. So in an instance where you see someone doing the other way, or you see someone doing something that is wrong, it is your responsibility as a citizen and an Abuja inhabitant to call out that person. This is the wrong thing. Some of us even go as far as burning that waste in front of our house. So we pile them up in front of our house, burn it up, which is another waste, which is another pollution, another air pollution. So you see, it's everybody's business. Now, one time, my friend Kamal, who always joins us here in the studio, he told us a story here, and he was talking about how in that community where he lived, everyone was also always dumping refuse there. They were always dumping refuse there, you know, and it's just very close to him. But everyone knows that it's a popular dump site for that environment. So people always dump dirt there. So one day he just went and looked for all of the equipment that he needed, and he started to clean that place. He started cleaning it. Then one person joins, the second person joins, the third person joins. Then we have a number of people there actively cleaning. So they now agreed that nobody will throw dirt here anymore. And that was it. That was the end of people putting dirt there. If you have waste, look for a more preferable way